everybody. Hey, Tammy.
Hey, Lisa. Hey,
How's it going?
everyone. It's going good. How are you doing?
Doing good, thank you.
It's a beautiful day here, and I see sun coming in your windows too. Is it a good day?
It's a cloudy day, but I'm hopeful we'll get some rain. Yesterday we
Mm-hmm.
had some
Mm-hmm.
yesterday we had green blobs all over the radar, but it was drying up before it hit the ground.
Darn it.
Just a few sprinkles, but we're
Yeah.
excited. We're hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, cowgirl. Good to see you, Gwen, and thank you.
Hi,
Gwen
Gwen.
knows
Hi,
that I
Rebecca.
Gwen knows that I have an auction going on today, so she's
Hmm.
um
That's
giving me
exciting.
the good juju.
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca, touched by yarn.
Oh, man. Too bad that the little piggies weren't here yet
What do you mean?
because they could have been in the auction too, right?
Nope, nope, just
Oh, it doesn't work like
possession, so
that?
to speak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
Heather.
no. Hey, Heather, the little piggies won't be here till July,
Mm-hmm.
July 10th, and we've got
Aw.
Grant and Eleanor together, and
They're going to be
no,
like July 4th babies.
yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
no, I got it wrong. It's Norman and Eleanor are together. Grant and
Mm-hmm.
Fiona are together now, which is nice because it's a little calmer. But Eleanor, man, she's got some really good, characteristics.
Uh-huh.
She is mean
She,
to Norman.
is she?
Chases him off. Grant, when Norman was put with Grant, he you know, Norman was afraid, slept outside.
Aw, he's so
And
sweet.
I know, and Grant went out and slept with him. It was the most
Oh
beautiful
my
thing.
gosh, Lisa, that is sweet.
And then Eleanor, on the other hand, she's in the barn blocking him out of it. She's a
Poor
curmudgeon,
Norman.
I tell you.
Hmm.
So let's talk
I love
about
today's topic.
I know, well, it's a common one. So
Hmm.
is everybody actively taking steps, working towards their goals, or are y'all paralyzed? No judgment, nothing but support and love here.
Yeah.
So I am guilty of getting paralyzed sometimes.
Hmm.
Um, but that's how I operate. I have to get paralyzed before
Hmm.
I take action.
Uh-huh.
And I've learned that not to be too hard on myself about the paralyzing.
Yeah.
And just then all of a sudden I have a burst and I'm on it.
Yeah.
Like I will take off and running and take big
Hmm.
chunks. That's just how I go.
Yeah.
Um,
And you
but
know what? I love that you're able to speak to that behavior of getting paralyzed like higher level, meaning that you're not just in it and kind of can't see the forest for the trees. Yeah, it's like for a long time, right?
right.
Like you pull yourself out away from that state and then you're able to assess because that's what helps us to learn and to grow and to kind of catch ourselves and make a conscious choice as what we're going to do next,
Right.
right?
And then you're not being so harsh on yourself because the
Mhm.
reality of it is like there's times to be harsh to yourself about like get going,
Yeah.
but there's also time to just say, okay, well, maybe today's not the day.
Yeah.
So yesterday I decided I was making this is leftover outdoor fabric. I covered
Uh-huh.
a patio cushion furniture
Mhm.
with.
That is cute. I love
And
it.
it was real expensive at the time I bought it. I was in North Carolina.
It's
And
probably
I
more
had
expensive now, Lisa.
Well, I could imagine what it is now, but I guess
Yeah.
it was expensive for me at the time.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, it's really good quality fabric and
I
it
like it.
lasted really well on the cushions till I sold it all.
Mhm.
But my point is, I go to sew this, which should have
Yeah.
taken an hour,
Uh-huh.
turned into, I got finally, it was several hours
Uh-huh.
because I'm using and here's how I work against myself sometimes,
Uh-huh.
right? I don't want to buy thread, plus I can't get it locally. So
Mhm.
I'd have to go to Rapid. All my thread is so old.
Uh-huh.
It's breaking.
Oh gosh.
If it
Okay.
dries
I have
out.
a lot of old thread.
Yeah,
Okay,
and it
keep
dries
going.
out, so you got to go slower. But here's
Uh-huh.
the thing, I can't get the darn needle threaded because I'm
Uh-huh.
old and blind. Just wait. So I bought, you can't even see it, a needle threader
Oh, that's cool.
till you go to use it.
Oh, really?
It's so small I could barely hang on to it.
Oh, it is tiny.
So yeah, I mean to give you an idea of how tiny, hang on.
Were you sewing this by hand or on your sewing
On
machine?
my sewing machine.
Oh, mine's got a threader thingy.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
Mm.
So anyway, I kept having problems with it getting the rat's nest,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how that goes,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And all that jazz. And I probably need to do a needle. I don't think I have one on hand.
Uh-huh.
So I'm fighting through this project, and it's just like,
And you keep running up against roadblocks.
yeah, but you know what? It's okay. It'll
Mm-hmm.
get done when it gets done,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But my goal was to use up some really cool fabric. Hey, Charles Bushcraft
Well,
family,
that's
good
what
to
I
see
want to
you.
do too. Hey, Charles.
And it'll be fun because it's, and
Mhm.
here, I'll show you.
Oh my gosh. I love that. That is so cute. You made that?
Yeah.
What a great idea.
I don't know if you remember, I used to
How
have those
fun.
colorful flags on my on my chicken coop.
Uh-huh.
Well, they don't last long in the sun and the wind, and
Yeah.
I don't want to buy any more. So I was like, I'm gonna
Mhm.
make them.
There
So
you go. And then they'll
yeah,
last long. I
yeah,
love that.
yeah. Rebecca, surprisingly enough, I could see the hole. I could. There's a light on my sewing machine is extremely bright.
Uh-huh.
I just couldn't get the thread through the darn needle
Hmm.
because you know when you cut the thread, it always has that little bit of fur on the end.
Yes. Yeah, little
Yeah,
fray. Yeah, kind of thing.
yeah. So finally, I got Ryan, who's been
Mhm.
blind his whole life but can see right up close.
Uh-huh.
He got it all fixed.
That's how we are. I'm the up close seer and well, my husband's the far away seer.
That's yeah,
So if I'm not on YouTube, if anyone ever sees me in public, I'm actually probably going to be wearing glasses
yeah.
because I can't see far away.
Totally get it.
Hmm. So I had a similar thing, Lisa, going on with that purple cardigan that I've been crocheting.
Right?
I was worried about running out of the purple, and I didn't want to have to buy a new one. I was trying to use up what I had, right? So I had another like little fuzzy kind of purple and white thing that I did the end of the cuff, the sleeve on, thinking that's going to save me, and then I could do it on the other, and then I won't need as much. And then I went to crochet the other sleeve, and I am going to have enough purple. So then I'm looking at the other one. I'm like, I don't like how it ends here. And I had to sit on it. I sat on it probably for a couple of weeks, just mulling this over. I'd go, it's where it is in this chair I'll sit in, and I'll do it. That's like my activity while my husband watches TV
Yep.
because, I don't know, I have a hard time just sitting still. So anyhow, I finally decided what to do. I had to make a decision on what to do before I could take that next step forward. And
Right.
it just took me a while. And I was in the same state last week when we were talking about gardening.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
and it was because I had too much noise up here going on. Too much too many projects that I'm in the middle of that I need to work on, and just not letting my brain just be quiet and then
Right.
choosing to focus on something. And for me, that's where that paralysis can come in, is if because I have a lot of hobbies, I do a lot of stuff,
Right.
and
Right.
I like to think that I get more done than the average person, maybe not the average YouTube content creator because we are a breed and we do a lot of stuff. Us YouTube content. That's why we do YouTube, because we like
Right.
to do a lot of stuff. But the average regular person, I think that I'll, tend to get more done than them. But anyhow, I will get myself into that state of paralysis, not moving forward, because there's too much noise going on in my brain. And I need to I need to just get myself to a quiet spot. And it finally happened for the garden.
Right, right. So Gwen and Barb got their stuff planted in the garden.
Awesome.
Rebecca said she can see far away, but not up close. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
my problem. Meanwhile, my father used to call me Eagle Eye because I could spot stuff
Mm-hmm.
far and close, no
Uh-huh.
problem.
That's
Then I got
awesome.
older. Well, I went back to college. I
Hey,
always
Joni.
attribute that as my downfall because um it's just like I could see stuff, and then all of a sudden that was when I needed glasses.
Right? All the reading.
Hey, Joni. Oh, geez,
Oh
Barb.
my goodness. Oh wow.
Oh gosh, Barb, I'm glad he's getting
Oh
admitted for
no.
IV antibiotics because
Yeah.
he needs it. Oh, praying,
Mm,
Barb.
my
Hope
goodness.
John feels better.
Mm. I hope it wasn't his dominant hand.
No, it always is. That's the hard part.
I
But
know. Mm.
he's better with an animal bite. I've learned a lot the past several months because I had a friend who got bit by a dog, and
Mm-hmm.
it was just a long road. But I hope that the IV antibiotics are
Mm.
actually a good thing. Jeez,
Mm-hmm.
his right hand. Oh
Oh no.
gosh, praying for John.
Yeah, we'll be praying for him. Hopefully they can get it under control and goodness.
Yeah, the IV antibiotics are the best for
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's actually good that I know it stinks, Barb, but I know it's better that he's admitted because they can watch over him
Mm-hmm.
and take quick action
Yeah.
versus being at home and you don't know what to do and it's swollen and
Mm-hmm.
it's just crazy.
Yeah. Goodness.
Ugh. Um,
So I got my garden started and I have been soaking my seeds too this time around.
oh yeah,
It's supposed to help. So we'll see. I'm probably going to try to soak most of the seeds that I plant, but I got all of my radishes, beets, tomatoes, peppers. Those are all done.
Barb said it took me 2 days to get here. Yeah, I bet.
Mm.
Joni said just came inside from shoveling and cleaning off the solar panels. Got 5 inches of snow again. Oh, you guys are having quite
Gosh.
the winter, or at least I know that out that way in Canada,
Mhm.
it's been quite the snowy winter. We have not
Mhm.
had anything.
Mhm. And actually need it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You need more snow than you've gotten. Well,
Yeah,
spring
I'm
kind of came
starting to
in
get
with a
worried about the new
vengeance. Let's
well.
see if it could come up your way and get you all some rain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start hauling water soon.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I soak is okra seeds in boiling water with a touch of bleach.
Oh
That's how
wow.
Granny always did it.
Really? I'm writing that down.
A touch. A touch of bleach.
A touch of bleach.
That's one of those things you do too much, you're done.
Right? Water
He
with a touch of.
didn't want to go. I don't yeah, of course he didn't want to. I'm glad you got him there, Barb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
So I've got myself on a schedule. Is anybody using like, some kind of schedule for themselves for
what do
getting
you
some
mean?
tasks addressed? Well, I've got myself on a schedule. Like I've got like goals set for what plants I want to have out before April 1st. That's kind of like what I gave myself. And it's all of those things that I can plant before, kind of coming down to the things you can plant before the last frost, which was, if anybody's curious, here's my research: radishes, beets, carrots, peas, kohlrabi, mustard greens, collards, lettuce and arugula kind of things, onions, parsley, spinach, potatoes. And this is outside, direct sowing. That's what I'm talking about. Onions, parsley, spinach, potatoes, kale, chard, Brussels sprouts, cilantro, chives, parsnips, and turnips. Not that I'm growing all of those, but I made this list for myself to reference next year. Um, so I'm trying to, by April 1st, decide on what I want to grow where for these before the last frost. And wherever I'm putting radishes, I'm not feeling like I'm taking up real estate because they grow so quickly that I could plant something right in there with them. I'm not too worried about that. Like for the tomatoes and things like that. But so I'm doing that for my school. I'm trying to get one lesson done per week until I get to the more challenging lessons. Then I'm going to allow myself like 2 weeks, but trying to stay on some kind of a calendar with that. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Barb was saying she grew kohlrabi but didn't care for it. But did you try it grilled or like shredded up like a broccoli slaw?
Hmm. I've never had kohlrabi.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No grow lights, heat lamps.
Yeah, Joni was saying that
Right,
she
Tony?
planted peppers and it's funny. I had a comment on one of my videos and somebody was like, "Well, if they were all from the same seed packet, they germinate at the same time."
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't.
Huh? No, they don't.
And I'm just not a nasty person. I wouldn't respond.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't respond nastily. Let's just say that, or even
Mm-hmm.
just factually, I wasn't even going to bother.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's just not worth it. Um, but anyway, the funniest thing was that I planted my peppers and my snail rolls, and I had the poblanos.
Uh-huh.
Well, the poblanos, they had such poor germination rate. There was a whole bunch of them up. Well, now there's a whole bunch of others that came up,
Oh, wow.
and they all caught up and look like they're the same size.
Oh my goodness. Is that
Yeah,
in your seed snail?
yeah,
Oh wow. I love that seed snail idea.
I love it.
I like that
Bar-
it takes up less space.
I do too. I'm going to be starting
Mhm.
more here soon.
Mhm. What are you going
Shannon
to
said she,
start in there next?
all the other seeds that get started for the garden.
Mhm.
Usually the first week in April I start them, but I think I'm going to start them this week.
I might try it.
Good.
I've I've got packing stuff that I could use, and I've got like a old like water bowl that was for the dog
Nice.
that I'm thinking I could use that.
Hey, G Mama.
Um, hey there, G Mama, good to see you. I'm thinking I could use that because what I'd like to plant more of is sage, some of my herbs, and those things. I'm feeling like I'm going to need to start them in the house, especially if I'm wanting them to protect my plants. If it's anything I'm doing to protect a plant.
Right. Smart, Joni. Yeah, and
Mhm.
Barb, I'm doing the same thing. I got the
Oh, that's a
bush
good
ones.
idea.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Hmm.
Just be careful as it gets warmer. It may get too warm in the truck.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, we're gonna start everything else. Just trying to get through the auction today, and then we'll look at what we're gonna do this week.
Hmm.
Um, because it's very exciting to sit there and watch the last few
Right?
minutes of the
You're still
auction.
getting that's awesome.
Because they go lot by lot, and it's like it just keeps going and going, and it's like pretty
Uh-huh.
cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
Um, Barb's
Acorn
got
squash is going to be fun, Barb.
Barb's got 42 serrano plants. Gwen's got 21 jalapeno plants because her daughter went out and bought some. And
Serranos, how fun.
yeah, none of my in-ground seed stuff is up yet except cucumbers. They popped up yesterday. Wow.
Hmm.
I'm just praying for grass at this point.
Hmm.
it's it's like everybody's showing they're like spring flowers on Instagram and I'm like I
I
got
feel you.
brown.
Dang it. I feel, you know what? Until I've lived so much of my life in Arizona. Do you remember when we moved here? And I'm like, what are these yellow flowers? I was like, what? Flowers just grow? They just grow?
They just grow.
I always thought that flowers needed, that those were special and needed to grow like inside. Like somebody had to be taking care of them in
Right.
order for them to grow. I didn't know that they would just like grow like
You need to get yourself some bulbs
I
this
should.
summer so you can put them in the fall
I should.
and
Oh,
next
Barb grew up
spring.
in Tucson. Wow. Yeah, she
Yeah,
knows what I mean.
I totally get it, G Mama.
Mm-hmm.
We're a sea of brown. Nothing's growing.
Mm-hmm. Gee, Mama, what state are you in? Yeah,
Barb grew up in Tucson.
I've seen the, oh, you want to hear something cute? And I've got to like grab my camera the next time she does this. So my granddaughter, because you know they help plant my garden and stuff. And I've taught her about like some of the herbs that out there, you know, like herb identification. She helped me harvest dandelion roots. She's helped me harvest like mullein leaves. And I taught her what yarrow was because I'm growing some in one my rose pot. I would say of the planting the things with the roses, my one pot that still has roses in it, what it grows really well with is yarrow. That's like they grow really and they look beautiful together. But anyhow,
Wow.
she comes up to me when I was outside and she goes, "Here, Grandma, I brought you some stuff." And she brought me dandelion leaves, mullein leaves, and yarrow leaves.
Aw,
Is that not the cutest thing
that's
ever?
adorable.
And she nailed it too. I just have to tell her, remember, don't ever put anything in your mouth until you have grandma look at it first. Because she's seen me. My husband had a wound and I went and I pulled some yarrow and chewed it and put it on his it was on his hand. It was a cut that was bleeding. And I put it on his hand so it would stop bleeding. I said, "There, just leave that there for a little while." And she see me do that, like, "Don't you do it though. Don't you ever put
Yeah.
anything in your mouth."
Um, G Mom is in Ohio. She says
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's torture. It
Darn
is.
it.
I know, G Mama. It's so true. And Gwen planted a whole bunch of sunflower seeds, marigolds, and teddy bear sunflower seeds right after the rain we got Sunday night.
That's awesome. Yeah, the rain's helpful. I planted the radishes and the beets before it rained, and I've got peas soaking so I can go plant some peas. That's my next thing. And I'm just kind of taking it slow and steady. Like as
Good.
long as I get the stuff I want planted by April 1st, I'm good. And I think that's another thing, Lisa, is we rush ourselves, you know?
Agreed. Agreed. There's no reason to rush. Just slow
Mhm.
and steady. Even if you just say, like you were talking about schedule, and you talk
Mhm.
about, okay, this is what I want to do this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you break it down
Mhm.
into, I'm going to spend 15 minutes a day, you could
Yeah.
totally get it done easily.
Yep. Yep. And that's what I have to do. That's what works for me.
Right.
Mhm.
Barb has many snow
Small
peas
chunks.
growing. They're delicious. You Texas
Oh,
people.
I know it. I know. I've
I
never
got to tell
grown them
you,
before. I'm so excited.
I have to tell you, I am glad that I can't grow year round.
Mhm. It's a lot of work.
It is.
Mhm. And it was a nice break. The
It
winter was
was.
a nice break. I think that Lisa, that was one of the things that had me in a state of paralysis was I was running out of time. I felt like I was, and that wasn't necessarily true. That wasn't true at all, as a matter of fact. But also, um, I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling ready to. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta do it. I'm not wanting to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that was contributing.
It's a huge contributor. That I've been dragging my feet for that reason,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you know?
Yep. And you find lots of other stuff to do.
Right, right. Here you
Yep.
have to get stuff in early because it gets so daggum hot. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Arizona heat. Yeah.
Woo-wee.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody struggling to work towards their goals? Feel free to throw it out there and
Mm-hmm.
brainstorm with us. We're happy to help you. I guess the reason I grow so many hot peppers because that's what does well in the
Mm-hmm.
Texas summer heat. Yeah, no
Yep.
kidding.
Yep.
No
Might as
kidding.
well. And those are some awesome peppers to be growing.
Oh yeah, and I mean to end up getting the
Makes me want to grow more peppers.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean she makes hot sauce and all different things and
Maybe I will. Maybe I still will. Maybe I'll try. Because
yeah.
that sounds so fun. I grow like the cayenne peppers because I use them medicinally. I grow the jalapenos because we eat the heck out of jalapenos. Saves us a
A
lot of money.
jalapeno, 2 jalapenos each meal.
Yeah, exactly. And then bell peppers because we eat lots and lots of bell peppers too. But
Mhm.
that's it. I'd love to grow something fun, that you can make red sauce out of or green chili rellenos or something. That'd be so cool.
Yep. I don't like okra either, Barb.
Hmm.
I've had it fried and I can deal with it, but that's about it. I
Fried
don't
okra.
choose to grow it.
I like it in a stew too.
No, that's a good point.
Hmm. Yeah.
Cowboy candy. Hmm.
Yeah, that is good.
I made cowboy candy and I was not impressed. I was real upset with myself because I felt like I should have liked it, but I did not.
It is good, but I like the good pickled jalapenos, like Mexican style, with the
Yep.
carrots and the onions, and not necessarily as sweet as the cowboy candy. That's my preference. I love that though.
I found that mine wasn't sweet at all. It was
Mhm.
hot.
Oh, I gotcha.
So
Super
hot.
spicy.
Gwen, you get it. You've got to get your loofah seeds, grow some
Mhm.
um birdhouse gourds or a pumpkin. Thanks, Joni. Yeah, I love them. They're not my idea though. I have to say I got it from somebody else and it was
Mhm.
really good.
Yeah, I'm thinking about trying that this year, Lisa.
I'm gonna do it as long as I have the packing stuff to do it. I know that I'm running out,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to grow some of those mini bell peppers because they're so cute. I prefer sweet peppers. I am
Mm-hmm.
growing orange sweeties, which are a smaller pepper, and I'm hoping to actually get peppers this time.
Oh,
Whereas
you
I'm
might.
growing bell peppers too, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it in the video, but I ended up doing more, and so hopefully we'll fill the greenhouse with peppers and actually get some.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that brings up another thing for the paralysis. Fear of failure, right?
Yeah. You
Afraid
grow
that
bell
something's
peppers,
not
it's a
going to work.
failure, Barb? Really? What happens?
Wow.
I'm surprised because I've
Me
never had a
too.
problem with until I moved to South Dakota.
I didn't have a big hit with my bell peppers last year. I think between two plants, I only scored like 5 bell peppers, and they were all like little. They weren't.
Was last year Peppergate though, where the seeds were all screwed up?
Oh yeah, I had grown some things that clearly they didn't look like they were bell pepper or jalapenos. And one of
Okay,
my
because
bell peppers ended up being a jalapeno. It was weird.
what we've done is we bought starts and I've always
Mhm.
started them
Mhm.
here because it's just the season just does not seem long enough, even though it should be because they're started early.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. They get the
Mhm.
heat, the humidity in the
Greenhouse.
greenhouses,
Mhm.
but it seemed I'm gonna try to overwinter one this year.
Mhm.
The one year I brought them all in, white fly happened, and I was like, I am
Um,
not dealing with it, and I threw them all outside.
mhm.
I should have treated it and moved on from there, but I didn't want to.
So I bought some nematodes. I haven't gotten them yet, but there's these nematodes. To me, they're a new thing. Everybody, they
Bye,
might you
Joni.
might know about y'all might know about nematodes. See you later, Joni. But these nematodes, there's different kinds that eat not only the larva in the soil, but also they'll eat some of the live bugs too.
Yep.
So I got this trifecta of nematodes that I'm going to use this year in the garden to see if it can help. And it's not next to me, but I got a soil tester, a use at home one.
Good for
I'm
you.
excited to see how that does and what it tells me about my soil.
Good for you.
I'm
That's
excited.
awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, Barb,
Probably
I
coming from that fear of failure thing.
oh totally. Barb, I can grow in my greenhouse with a heater, but I'm afraid to, and I'll tell you why. Last year I had
Mm.
my tomatoes out there. I had a because all I have to it is an extension cord. It's a heavy duty
Mhm.
extension cord, which is not ideal for a heater. They should always be plugged in the outlet. Long story short, last year we had up and down cold temps, and my tomatoes had to get out in the greenhouse.
Mhm.
And what I ended up doing was putting a heater out there with a thermostat on it
Mhm.
and plugged it into the extension cord. And in the morning,
Mhm.
I went out there and I unplugged and looked at the cord. And in between where the two cords meet was extremely black.
Oh, shoot.
So I found that
Ooh.
to be a warning and a
Yeah.
blessing.
Mhm.
And I won't use a heater out there anymore
Mhm. Yeah, that sounds
because that to me that could have burned my whole coop up and everything. So I
Mm.
won't do it anymore.
And what kind of heater was it?
It was one of we call them barn heaters.
Uh-huh.
So if it tipped, it would have
Uh-huh.
went off,
Uh-huh.
and it was blowing hot air, and we had it on a lower temperature,
Uh-huh.
and I literally had it on um what do they call them? What do they call those blocks? Cinder blocks.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I had
Mhm.
them on cinder blocks to make
Mhm.
sure it was steady, to make sure it was on a good surface, not to burn anything.
Mhm.
Um, and it would have kicked on and off,
Hmm.
but apparently it ran all night long on and off, and that was too much.
Oh, gotcha. Makes
So
me wonder if like a heating mat would work at all.
sure, sure, you'd have to put the seedlings out there and then put them on the heating mat, which I
But
can
I
do
mean like
indoors
the
though.
plants once they're grown, if that would help them, I wonder for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you see what G Mama said?
Hey, our treasured home. Yeah,
Hey Nancy, thank you for coming. Beneficial nematodes for grub ants and fungus gnats.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited. I kind of, so after we talked last week, these talks really help me because it helps me identify solutions, identify problems, because maybe, if one of the reasons you're having like decision paralysis kind of thing is
Right,
because you're not aware of you're not quite aware of the problem. Maybe you haven't done good problem definition or identification, or maybe you aren't sure of a solution, or you're not sure which solution. Like that indecisiveness will get me every time. So I thought I came away from that with I need to know more about my soil. Like I need to quit talking about my soil, my soil. Last year I tried to fix it before things even get going too much. I want to check on my soil. If I really want to be productive in the garden, what kind of fertilizer I'm going to use. And I got that from all of you guys here in the chat talking about the fertilizers and stuff. So I ordered that. And then I ordered the nematodes because I remembered that I had things eating up certain plants, the flea beetles. And so
right.
those nematodes are supposed to be really good for helping with flea beetles.
Okay.
So those are my two big purchases. I mean, not that they weren't expensive. I think the tester was like $13, and the nematodes for the trifecta, the three different kinds, I think I paid like 30 something dollars on Amazon for those.
That's cool.
We'll see how they work.
I'm going to show something real quick here. Analysis, the cycle of analysis paralysis.
I love it.
So, a new decision to make, freeze, analyze the choices, overthink every
Oh
detail,
yeah.
reach a final decision, and then uncertainty and second guessing.
Yep. That's exactly what happens to me. Does anybody else experience this? That's
Yeah.
exactly what happens.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's so true though. It's like here's the thing, like Tammy and I were talking, and it's silly for us to get paralyzed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's silly.
It's not productive.
Well, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
yes, it happens. I get that, but here's the thing: we are. What's the worst that can happen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you plant your seeds and they don't germinate. Oh well, guess what? Out of your control.
Yeah. Go by starts.
I mean,
I
yes,
mean,
go by starts. What
yeah,
is the
it's
worst
still not
thing
a
that could
total
happen?
loss.
What's
Mm-hmm.
the worst thing that could happen?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, if you're watering and you're doing all the things that you feel you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes nature doesn't find a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And whoops, big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So true. And we learn a lot from mistakes.
From the
I feel
process.
like you get hung up on which step do I take, and sometimes I just decide to take multiple. Like which decision do I make, and then sometimes the way I get out of that is, okay, well, I'm going to try it both ways and see what happens. But I have to force myself to get to that place, to make that decision. And then the truth is, when especially with gardening, every year is an experiment.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. I mean, and the reality of it is like you're going to fail
Mhm. Something out
or
there is gonna fail.
the plant's not going to come to fruition,
Mhm.
which
Yep.
doesn't mean it's a personal failure.
Yep.
It's a matter of figuring out
Doing something different.
and how to get that plant to thrive.
Mhm.
So you heard a bunch of us, a bunch of you guys were saying like peppers. Well, it's not necessarily you killing it.
Mhm.
It's a matter of you figuring out how best what that plant needs to grow.
Mhm.
It's really not
Yeah.
that you're doing something wrong. If you're
Yep.
watering it and taking care of it and it's not
Mhm.
moldy from being overwatered or dry and shriveled up because it's not getting watered.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Mhm.
5 years of trying to figure out how to get things to grow. And
Mhm.
last year was the most epic garden ever. And
It
never in my
was.
life did I think that I was going to need to relearn how to grow
Mhm.
because I threw a seed in the soil and saw what happens.
Yeah.
Now that we're putting the pressure on to grow food, funny how things change, right? Because it's, oh, I
Mhm.
can't fail because I won't have the food. But
Mhm.
every year is going to be different. And Gwen is saying that every year is different.
Yep.
Some years last year was the year of slow tomatoes
Mhm.
for many people on Instagram. That's all they said was tomatoes are growing slow.
Mhm. Just not at Lisa's house.
No, they were at my house too. We had two in June, which was epic,
Mhm.
but they took forever to ripen.
Mhm.
It was really
Oh, I
wild.
see. Yeah. Webworms. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh
webworm.
gosh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Like I can remember some stuff from last year that I could add more notes to, and I'll put that in this year to make
I
some
do
notes
not do
for
that.
that.
I know I probably should, but I don't. But
Mhm.
mine more often than not is it's actually memorable if it's a wet year
Mhm.
and it's memorable
Yeah.
if it's a hot year.
Yeah. Mhm.
Most years are dry and
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for you in Missouri,
Mhm.
it would be really good for you because you get rain more often, so you might not
Mhm.
recall if it's been a super wet year unless it floods,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
Gwen remembers, and I remember even that Gwen last year, her entire garden drowned.
Mhm. Yep, I remember that. Yeah, that was rough.
Um,
We did have last year was a really dry year, is what people told me. I mean, it's
right.
still like for me,
Yeah.
more rain than what I'm used to getting, but it was a really dry year and our watermelons did horrible. And I'm not planning on growing watermelons this year. I don't know if my husband or my daughter might have other plans. Maybe they will, but I'm not planning on growing them. I don't
Yep.
want to waste the real estate.
That right there.
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
the way I look at it, I can go to a farmer's market and get a watermelon,
And it's going to be good. Like we
and
get
it's going to be
really good
good.
watermelon around here. Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
or I will admit I don't mind going to the store for a watermelon
Mhm.
because we don't eat a lot of it. There is nothing
Yeah.
like homegrown, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is I'm never going to have an abundance of watermelon, and nor do I
Mhm.
want it. I want food, right?
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
get everybody's different, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like twice in the past week, they had asparagus at the store,
Mhm.
and it was the nice thin stuff,
Oh
beautiful
yeah.
looking and cheap.
Yep. Mhm.
We bought 2 bunches and ate them
Mhm.
because my asparagus is some of it is 5 years old, some of it is 4, 3, 2, 1 because we keep
Yep.
adding.
Yeah.
We don't get tons of it. We got like a pound
I'm
or
doing that
something.
this year too. I'm gonna drop some seeds out there, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping I get a pretty decent. I should be able to harvest some asparagus out there this year. I
Yep,
only
good. We're
harvested
harvesting
a
too
couple.
this year, but then some of it we have to leave. And that's fine. Our goal is to fill that whole raised bed. So we've got 2
Yeah.
more crowns and some seeds even
Yep.
to
I've
go in
got
there. And I'm like, yeah, that'll be great.
and I've got strawberries down. I'm going to add to the strawberries this year, but I'm not thinking I'm going to do seeds even. I mean, I could try, but I'm fine buying some strawberry starts and putting them in there. But
Yep.
with the at the same end of the asparagus bed, and then I've got my garlic growing right next to that. And I heard that garlic can you can have that be 2 years old, the garlic, and just leave it there. So I'm kind of thinking, cool, because I can go grab garlic as I need it. You know what
Right.
I mean? Come June, I don't have to go harvest all of them. I can let them sit for another year because I heard if you let your garlic sit in the garden for an extra year, that the bulbs get even bigger.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
Simply
think,
Jan Homestead. That's what she did. She let them
huh?
sit 2 years and she had some really large bulbs from doing that.
I planted some garlic corms from Gwen and
Mm-hmm.
they take 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
but I planted them in my garlic bed.
Yeah.
One end.
Don't you love the perennials? Oh my goodness. Perennial vegetables are freaking amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'll be curious
Mm-hmm.
to see how our garlic does this year
Mm-hmm.
because with not a lot of snow. Yeah, and that's the same here, Barb. If
Mm-hmm.
I leave it in the ground too long, they break open. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, they tell you to pick them because they bust open. That's why I'm shocked about the 2 years.
Look at that. Is
Oh, I
that
know.
amazing? How awesome.
Truly history.
Uh-huh. Okay, look. Yep.
That's
Just went out and
wild.
pulled it when she needed it. We'll see what happens. I'm trusting that it's gonna work for me because Jan's in the same state.
Maybe leave like one or two
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and just see how it goes. That way you don't
Mhm.
there's not a lot of loss
A lot of loss. Yeah, that would suck.
if it
Mm-hmm.
didn't work out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Is there any I'm curious, since we're
Oh,
talking
here,
about perennials, what other perennials do you all plant? Everybody
here.
here. Each of those clothes will grow. Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go. That makes sense. That
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense.
What
And
about
is
the
that when they
sweets?
form the
Wait,
the
am I going to
the
get food?
corms? I know Gwen had a video on corms, and it's been a long time since I watched it. I
Uh-huh.
gotta go back.
Yeah. Like, are they going to go to seed? That's another thing I just thought of. I might have to keep trimming.
Oh, that's what it is, I think.
I
The
might
seeds
have to
fall
keep.
off.
I might have to keep going out there and getting some of the trimmings to prevent them from going to seed. I'll bet.
Yep, corms take 2 years. Yep, I got the ones I planted
Hmm.
from you, and I put them in the one side of my garden.
Hmm.
And the corms are from the flower, right? So when the plant goes to seed, the corms drop in the ground, or they drop in the ground and become corms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? I mean, we've got like 10 minutes, but I just want to make sure. I planted 100 garlic
Awesome,
cloves and I can
Barb.
harvest them in June. Oh my gosh, I wish I could harvest in June. That's one of the things Ryan and I have talked about a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If if we were able to harvest, say, our garlic in June,
Mm-hmm.
I would literally fill that whole side house garden with garlic
Mm-hmm.
and then pull it out and be able to plant everything in.
Yeah.
But it'll be July, August,
Huh.
which makes me crazy. Oh, thank you, Gwen, for
Huh.
clarifying.
Interesting. I was just watching the Cam Patton family. What is the name of his channel? Cam Patton Family Compound or
Yep.
something like this. And he grows in the house with the you know, those guys. And he uses this, I guess it's a thermal blanket or something. It's one of his most recent videos, and he uses like a thermal blanket or something. And he said he brought some plants in from he's growing cucumbers in his house. I've never heard of such a thing in my life.
Oh,
Cucumbers
yeah.
in the house. And he's using those blankets, and it makes me wonder if there's anything you could put like that over the garlic that's going to let the sun through
What
and
is he putting on the
make it
cucumbers?
warmer. Like, is there a solution that
Oh,
exists to kind of force the garlic in a warmer environment? Because I don't know. That's something that I don't know, Lisa. I'll leave it
yeah,
to you
that
to
makes
figure that
total
out.
sense.
But if you could warm it up, yeah. Or think about that for your greenhouse where you put your peppers or something too.
Yeah.
You'll have to go see his video. It's real short. It's only like 4 or 5 minutes or something.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if hardneck makes the corms and softneck makes
Oh yeah, that's what
controllable.
I think you might be right about that.
They just cut open John's wounds and they are draining them. Oh no.
Oh, he's got infection in there. Then good that you
Yeah,
got him there,
I'm
Barb.
glad he's at the hospital, Barb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang in there, Barb.
They'll fix him.
Jeez.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I'm glad they'll probably drain him and flush him and all that, and then get the
Yeah,
antibiotics into him.
yeah. That's good though. That's what he
Yeah.
needed. So he's where he needs to be.
Okay, Barb.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you need anything, Barb, holler, please. If you even just support your need an ear, okay? Oh, poor thing.
I know it. My goodness.
It's just bacteria from animal bites is
Mm-hmm.
bad. It's serious business.
Mm.
It is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Barb. Take care of yourself. Take care of John. And let me know if you need anything. Everybody send some prayers to Barb and her
Mm.
husband John, please.
Yeah, we will. We will, Barb.
Oh, that's so bad. Um, let's see here. I will check out his video.
Yeah, go check that out because it might be something you could do in your greenhouse. They're super light too. I forget what the heck he called them.
Are they the emergency blankets?
Yes, yes, but they
Yeah.
were kind of see through and reflective all at the same time. And they look they look like they were, well, he reported like these have been in here and you wouldn't believe I put these up and they're just, it really just boosted the growth, which was awesome. So yeah, you might want to check that out. And then so so this next week my goals are, I'm going to help you, you're my accountability buddy.
Okay.
My goals are, I'm going to get everything I want to get planted before April 1st done, and I'm still deciding what that is.
Hi,
So I've got
Annie.
some flexibility there. And then I'm testing my soil. So I'm super excited about that. I'll probably have the grandbabies help me do it. They're going to be so smart about gardening because they're so good at helping me do stuff. They love it. Um, and I've got an assignment I got to get handed in tonight as my goal for that. And oh my gosh, I got to show you real quick. I'm wanting to sew some little dresses. See these little dresses? Aren't they cute?
Oh,
They,
adorable.
and I got this fabric here that I'm going to make one of them with. I'm going to put yellow at the bottom and little yellow straps at the top. And then I've got this other
You.
fabric, which I'm thinking is going to match the purple cardigan. Isn't that pretty?
Oh, adorable.
So I'm thinking my first step with the sewing is I got to just cut out I've got to trace the pattern, trace it onto like another piece of paper or something. So that's the first step. I've got to get that done, at least on one of them. And then
Okay.
maybe even get the fabric cut out. But that's like my first step. If I can get those things done this week, I'm going to feel like I really did a good job. Oh, but I also wanted to can something. And then I've got healthy snacks starting.
Okay.
So
Is
I've
this
got
the
to,
video?
yes,
Okay.
yes, that's it. And I lied. I saw it was 6 minutes, but yeah.
That's okay.
Um, the purple and turquoise fabric does it's almost kind of silky though. It's not at all
Nice.
like a scrubs fabric.
Nice.
I think it'll be cute though. I think it'll be cute as a little dress.
Oh, that'll be adorable.
Yeah, and it'll match her little purple cardigan that I made for her. So
That's going
she'll
to be
love that.
cool.
Isn't that fun?
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. So those are all of my things for the week. How about you, Lisa?
Well, I'm going to finish more flags, maybe get some seeds done.
I love the flag idea.
Um, I've got, like I said, we got the auction today, so nothing happening until that's over.
Mhm.
But that's about it. I mean, I know that
Mhm.
probably starting next week, we'll be really getting moving on things,
Mhm.
or end of the week because it's going to be like 70 on one day.
Nice.
Um, and then I think we have snow. They're forecasting snow, like a dusting on Saturday. So
Mhm.
we'll see. We're on that up and down time, so we're trying to
Yeah.
take advantage of the warm days and then
Mhm.
back off a bit. But
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to prioritize my video. I think my healthy snacks video is going to have to come first because that has like a hard due date.
mhm.
So, I got to get to making those. I'm debating on what I'm going to do still. I've got a couple things I want to do. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do
Oh,
first, but we'll see.
sorry. Um,
I have
yeah,
an
and the
alarm
other
that
thing
sounds that's what I wake up to.
the other thing is I now have a raw milk dealer.
Do you?
Cow,
Awesome.
cow's milk. So starting, she said next week, so I don't know if she means this week or the week after,
Oh,
but
that's
the
awesome.
point is I will be getting a call for milk, and when I do, I will be busy making more cottage cheese
Oh, heck yeah.
and all
Did
the
you do a
things.
video on that yet?
No, not yet.
You
It was
need
my
to do
first
that.
time making it. It turned out really well. I liked it. The flavor was awesome.
Really? I love cottage cheese.
So I told her I wanted 30 gallons a week.
Oh my gosh, did you really?
I'm not going to do that.
I was like, "Holy cow, you're gonna be
But
so busy."
she's like, well, it's like you need a lot of milk
Yeah,
to get a little bit of cheese.
yeah, you do though, huh?
She gave me
So
she gave me a bunch of milk for the pigs, and
uh-huh.
then because it
Oh,
was brand
nice,
new, it still
Gwen.
had colostrum in it.
Yeah,
So that wasn't for us. But then she gave me a half gallon of milk on Friday from Friday morning's milking,
uh-huh.
and I made cottage cheese, and it's like I got a container of cottage cheese.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it was really good.
I would love to make that. Anything we can make at home is gonna be better than anything we get at the store.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Quality of food is so awful at the store anymore.
Whatever we're able to start making will be really good.
Mhm,
I will probably start with butter
mhm.
and take it from there.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I hope
So
you
I'm
do
gonna
a
make
video
butter.
because I wanna see.
Yeah, my goal is butter and cottage cheese because those are
Mhm,
two main things.
mhm.
But Ryan wants to make mozzarella and what was the other thing? Sour cream, cream cheese, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh. I did the cream cheese. Well, goat's milk, but
Nice.
I would imagine it's the same. I need to do it again. Gosh, I'll have to go watch my own video to remember how.
I know it. I know it.
Yeah, that's
Gwen's
one
gonna
thing that's
start
good
milk.
about these videos.
Gwen's gonna start milking Jasmine in a few days. That's
That's
awesome.
awesome, Gwen. We think we've got one that is possibly pregnant, so we shall see.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anybody got any questions for us? Hey, our flippin' home farmstead.
Hey there. Yeah, you guys got any questions? Because we got a hard stop. We got to get going.
Yeah. What's everybody's goals this week? Maybe you can drop it in. We'll be your accountability buddies.
That's right.
That's what helps me, Lisa. When we no one
I
brings me,
know.
I've got to be like, I gotta get this done. I don't want to show
Exactly.
up to Lisa and
Exactly.
not have done what I said I was going to do unless I got a darn good reason.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to get going. Thanks for coming. Hope y'all have a wonderful week. And we'll see you next week on Tammy Mountain Grandma's channel.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye,
See
everyone.
ya.